Hello and welcome to Spirited Debate. I'm Lauren Green. The parade, the beer, the wearing of the green, they're all part of the celebrations for St. Patrick's Day. But amidst the hoopla, it's easy to forget about the real St. Patrick. Who was he, and would he actually drink green beer? Well, here to clarify what this day means is Philip Freeman. He is the author of St. Patrick of Ireland. And Philip, welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, the one thing we know about St. Patrick that we keep repeating is that he drove out the snakes from Ireland, and that's why we celebrate his day. But who is the real St. Patrick?
Well, first of all, he didn't drive out the snakes from Ireland because there have never been any there, not since the Ice Ages at least. But the real St. Patrick is an absolutely amazing guy. He was born about the year 400. He was a Roman nobleman. He was born into a Christian family, but he quickly became an atheist. He was kidnapped by Irish pirates, hauled off to Ireland for 7 years, underwent a conversion, did a miraculous escape, and then eventually went back to Ireland to spend the rest of his life.
So, but why did he end up going back to Ireland after escaping from slavery?
After he was escaped and he was back home in his villa, his Roman villa, he received a series of dreams that he believed were from God that told him to go back and preach the gospel to the Irish.
Why did he end up loving the Irish who had enslaved him?
It's a mystery in a lot of ways, but Patrick was just an amazing guy. He went back. He must have hated them for stealing him away from his life back in Britain, but he eventually had a real feeling of love for the Irish.
Now the snakes, what about the snakes? Where did that myth come from?
Well, the story about the snakes comes along many centuries after St. Patrick died, and really it's just a symbolic story, driving out of evil from Ireland. Snakes have always represented evil ever since the book of Genesis, and it's just a great story about Patrick driving out the old evil pagan ways of Ireland.
Oh, so the snake, because obviously the snake came out of the Garden of Eden as the representative of Satan, so driving out the snakes or the evil of Ireland. So, but he was born British. Then how did he become the patron saint of Ireland? Even though he went back, how did he become this patron saint of Ireland?
Well, it's interesting. For about 2 centuries after Patrick died, hardly anybody paid any attention to him at all. And then in the 600s, there was a big conflict in Ireland between the people in the northern part and the southern part, and the northern part took him on as their champion, as their patron saint. And so they began to promote him, and after that, he was a national saint.
So he died on March 17th, and that makes sense why we celebrate St. Patrick's Day on March 17th. But how did the day become celebrations of drinking and parades and carousing and green beer?
Well, it's funny. St. Patrick's Day for many, many centuries was just a small religious holiday celebrated mostly in Ireland. And it wasn't until the 1800s that St. Patrick's Day became the big celebration that it is today. And it's all because of America. The Irish who immigrated to Boston and New York and Chicago wanted to remember the old country. And so they began to hold parades and drinking celebrations on March 17th. And after that, it spread, and it actually spread back to Ireland. So that if you go to Dublin today, you will see parades and the great hoopla. And really, that's all imported from America.
It's very interesting that the St. Patrick's Day, actually the big celebration, started in America.
Yes.
Wow, it's wonderful stuff. I want to tell people about your book. It's called St. Patrick of Ireland. It's a fascinating book. Thank you so much for being here, Philip Freeman, and thank you very much for being here on St. Patrick's Day.
My pleasure.